Yo, so what happened was last time it cut out, but this would be what if Naruto's full Uzumaki would pick it right back up where we left off from. So we last left off where Karin told Naruto that she was gonna go talk to Tsunade and she took Sakura. And as they're leaving the house, Sakura was like, why did you do that? And she basically tells fuck. She basically tells her that I doubt that Naruto's gonna display how he really feels in front of us, so better if we just leave rather than for us to be sticking around. And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And Kaiden was like, "Nothing, never mind." And as they leave like the compound, Naruto turns around and sees Mei standing there. And Naruto looks at her and just looks away and like walks off. And Mei like she grabs him and Naruto's like what? He just says what? And she was like, I'm sorry. And Naruto's like, for what? What's done is done. You can't change what you did. All because you feel sorry for yourself. All because you regret your decision and you want me to feel sorry for you. That's your fault, not mine. And she gets a little more sad knowing that the fact that Naruto just doesn't care about how she feels. And hold on. And as Naruto he begins to walk away completely, she was like, "Okay, I see how it is." And she was like, "I'll guess she was like, I guess I'll just leave, like move out." And Naruto was like, "I think that'll be the best course of action." And then Kakashi appears and was like, "Well, I don't think that's the correct course of action, Naruto." And Naruto was like, "God, fuck, damn it. Um, what are you talking about?" And Kakashi was like, "I can understand. I can only sit back and listen to so much of your tomfoolery, Naruto. And right now, you got this girl over here acting like her fucking heart's been shattered into 1,000 pieces over some shit that given was her fault. But you was just like not letting that shit go." And Naruto looks at him and was like, "Why should I?" She knew what she did. And Naruto was like, well, not Naruto. Kakashi was like, yeah, even though she knew what she did, she didn't know how it would affect you. She just felt out of place. That's like saying, let's say all of your friends start talking to each other more than they talk to you. When you feel out of place, and Naruto remembers like the time when the only people that he had was Karin and Sasuke. So it was like Naruto remembers that time, and he was like, "Oh yeah," but she didn't have to do what she did. My friends, even if I was mad at my friends or jealous of my friends, I wouldn't go and tell them that I'm running away over just for that type of attention. But if we're going just strictly based off that, then I would rather her run away because that way I wouldn't have to deal with it. And May hearing this come out of Naruto is like really it's hitting home because well it's Naruto. And Kakashi was like, "Naruto, did you even tell her the reason why you're mad at her?" And Naruto was like, "No, why do I tell her? I don't feel the need to. There's no need to. And Kakashi was like, I really think there is, because that would give her some justification of why you're so mad. And then I'll tell you how wrong you are. And Naruto looks and was like, what? Okay, I guess. And he turns around and tells her, like, you're the closest thing that he has to a relationship with his father. Like, you're one of the only other people that I have connected to my father. And my friends and my I view my friends that I have now as family. So when you said you were leaving the village, it was basically saying you were gonna make new friends and start a new family, basically. And Mei hearing that, she's starting to understand why Naruto was so mad. And then she starts trying to apologize even more now. And as she's doing that, Kakashi's like, hold on, Mei, hold on. And Naruto turns and looks at Kakashi, and Kakashi's like, Naruto, did you know that your dad trained me? And Naruto was like, he did? And Kakashi was like, yeah. You would have known if you ever asked, but you didn't ask, so I never told you. And Kakashi, not Kakashi, fuck. Naruto's like, but that's not fair. I didn't know that. You can't blame that on me if I didn't know. And Kakashi's like, nope, you didn't ask, so I didn't tell. And Naruto's like, that's not fair. You should have told me either way it went. And then Mei chimes in and was like, well, you didn't ask him. And Naruto turns around and looks at her and was like, who the fuck, like, who was talking to you? And, it's like a sauna in there. And she kind of stuttered, like, just a little bit, because she didn't expect that response coming out of Naruto. So she was like, I was, and Kakashi was like, no. She was going off what everybody else was doing. She was making the joke with everybody else, Naruto. You can relax and shut your ass up. And Naruto, like, doesn't grit his teeth or anything. He's Naruto's basically just trying to hide the emotion that he has. And Kakashi says that, and Kakashi was like, and the sad part about it is, man, Naruto genuinely likes you. Whether that be as a friend, as a sister, as someone that he wants to have more than friends, or anything of the such, he genuinely likes you. So whatever you did to him, when you left, you messed with him. Like, that hurt him a lot. So y'all may be cool now, maybe on talking terms, but anything past that, I doubt that he's gonna want to talk to you. So yeah, good luck with that one. And Kakashi, like, he dips out, and like 5 minutes late, like, now, like, since Kakashi's gone, like, it's just complete silence. And then Naruto starts walking off, and Mei was like, wait. And Naruto was like, it doesn't matter. You already know everything. We're on speaking terms. That's about it. But yeah, don't expect that much. And she was like, okay, I guess. And she mumbles like an okay. And Naruto was like, all right. And he leaves, and he was like, oh yeah, we never had this conversation. And Mei was like, wait, what? And Sasuke walks in there, and he sees Naruto, and he was like, yo, Naruto, what's going on? And Naruto's like, oh, nothing. And he he sees May right there, and he was like, oh, once she's finally coming out the room, and Naruto was like, what do you mean finally? And she was like, oh, he was like, oh, ever since that day that you told her off or whatever, she's not left the room in fear of running into you. Naruto laughs and was like, that's hilarious. And Sakura and Kanin come back in the house and was like, it's not necessarily hilarious, Naruto. It's pretty mean if you ask me. And Naruto was like, well, fuck. Naruto was like, well, I didn't ask for you guys' opinion anyway, so does that really matter? And Naruto, not Kakashi, um, Haku basically chimes in and was like, Naruto, maybe you need to stop acting like you're so hard. And Naruto turns around and was like, I like how this just became a fucking intervention. And Sasuke was like, well, technically it hasn't because I haven't said anything yet. But with that being said, I don't have anything to say. I think everything that you did is justified. And Connie chimes in and was like, says the person that literally murdered his brother, I think. Didn't I already do that? Yeah, says the person that literally murdered his brother or almost tried to or wanted to. And Naruto was like, well, get off my mans. Like, I'm gonna need you to back up. And Sasuke was like, right, they just gonna start attacking us. What's wrong with them? And they start they walking off and they just talking shit. And Sakura was like, so we should catch up to them and tell them to stop talking, right? And Cotton was like, Haku basically chimes in and was like, well, you can, but they are stronger than all three of us. Both of them are stronger than all three of us. So unless they are in a good mood, we might end up having to fight them. And at that present moment in time, it's not a very good idea. So no. And Naruto, after they leave the area, Naruto was like, yo, Sasuke, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty bored. And Sasuke was like, what do you mean? Naruto was like, I've been doing like random shit all fucking day. Like, bro, it got to the point where I had to talk to May. And Sasuke was like, bro, you had to talk to them. That's how bored you got. And Naruto was like, well, I didn't. It kind of jumped on, like, kind of got forced onto me, but we don't talk about it. And he was like, Sasuke was like, how did it get forced onto you? And he was like, oh, it's simple. Kakashi jumped into the room. Sakura and Kari left. So it was just me and her. And she was behind me and she snuck up behind me. And he basically just goes from there. And as he's doing that, and as they're like talking about it, Sasuke was like, dang, bro. They got you good. They set you up for real. And Naruto was like, yes, like they set me up. And Sasuke was like, anyway, what are you trying to do? And Naruto was like, I guess we can go off and train. Doesn't matter. And Naruto's like, alright, bet. The fuck was that? I don't even know what the hell that is. And Naruto, like, anyway, yeah, let's go off. I found some training grounds. And as like they were leaving, I'm gonna say the Hokage had called, was supposedly calling them to the Hokage's office to discuss the fact that that the Stone Village put a bounty on Naruto and Sasuke's head. So, yeah. And after like Kakashi and everybody finds out, they're like looking for Naruto and Sasuke. But like by the time I almost say it was like 2 hours since they found out, and Naruto and Sasuke has been training for like 2 hours. And Naruto's like, wait a minute, bro. Like, I'm so. Oh, that's why. Okay, I see what's going on here. Just click that one. So Naruto basically was like, well, you've gotten a lot stronger and faster. And Sasuke was like, yes, I'm using Might Guy's technique. And Naruto was like, interesting. But not stronger than me. And Sasuke was like, what do you mean? And Naruto was like, I have uzumaki seals and scrolls and shit. Meaning that I've been suppressing strength and speed this entire time. And Sasuke was like, wait, but that's not even fair. And Naruto's like, I know it's not fair. And he starts like slowly releasing the seals on his speed and strength. And Sasuke was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done fighting you. This is some bullshit. And as they like get done fighting, Naruto and Sasuke senses like a whole bunch of like rogue shinobi, like a whole bunch of enemy shinobi pop, like they like just coming toward them. And Naruto's like, you sense that? And Sasuke's like, yeah. And Naruto's like, how many do you think that is? And Sasuke was like, enough to give us at least a decent warm up. And Naruto was like, you're probably right. But at the same time, what would be the fun in that? So Sasuke basically tells him like, so we're just gonna like just completely avoid the fact that these guys are basically dog. Like they won't hold a candle to me or you. Until like some more of the other ones started getting there and they were like decent. But Naruto's like, yeah, you're right. They might not be able to hold a candle, but if there's enough of them, they can just overwhelm us. And Naruto's like, yeah, you're right. But who's really gonna care? So, mm, so as they're like getting ready to fight, like they start fighting, and like a lot of the shinobi, like a lot of the rogue shinobi that were there, were decent compared to like rogue shinobi standards, but bad when it came to fighting Sharingans and tail beasts and shit. So yeah, and Uzumaki and things like that. And by the time Kakashi, Zabuza, Haku, like all of them got there, they were Naruto and Sasuke were like tired because not only were they using their chakra before they got attacked, but they were using their chakra after they got attacked as well to defend themselves. So Kakashi wasted no time in getting the team sorted out and getting ready to fight. And as they're fighting, Hiruzen, I think, um, had told the Stone Village that this means war, since she wanted to like try to attack, like these young soldiers, like these kids, and Stoneville is just thinking that it was gonna be like under wraps. It was like, oh, I guess we just started a war with the Leaf Village, and there was like one shinobi, like one rogue shinobi that caught Naruto off guard. Gave him like a very eerie feeling, like he knew this person from somewhere, or like he had the same, almost like the same chakra signal as Naruto and Karin, and it was like a little kid, like they were like he was tiny, and Naruto like, yo, like, do we have to fight him? And Kakashi was like, if he's posing a threat, and the little kid hasn't moved. And then like we noticed like one of the other shinobi had well, we like the little kid had a specific, I'm gonna say, unique Genkai where like he can project like his memories and shit on the people and make it feel like they've known him for years. And his specific clan, it was like an already dead and gone clan, because what they would do is their Genkai, when they found out that they had a Genkai, that the way that they did it with their iron thing, the only way it would really like last in effect, it was basically like they would implant themselves into the memories of people, and some of them used that to get ranked higher in like other villages. But the ones that were impoverished and things like that and were in the military, what they were there for was they were there to like implant the memories inside other people's minds, implant themselves inside other people's minds, and then die. So as like Naruto was looking at the boy was putting himself inside of all Naruto's memories. So Naruto himself feels like he known this boy since like forever ago. And after finding out what after Kakashi remembers, he tries to get Naruto to like not look anymore, but it was too late. And the other shinobi on the other side of him had stabbed the boy and killed him. And Naruto kind of just like explodes with like just all different types of anger. And Sasuke was like, well, what happened? He wasn't like, we don't know the little boy. Sasuke was like, yeah, though, but that little boy had a unique Genkai where he can replace or put memories of himself inside of his enemy's minds. And as like Kakashi's explaining it, um, May looks toward Sasuke and was like, looks toward Kakashi like, how do we fix it? And Kakashi was like, Sasuke, this is all up to you. And Sasuke looks at him and was like, what? How is it up to me? And Kakashi was like, although I may have a Sharingan, mine isn't technically mine. And you need a very strong genjutsu to pull Naruto to release the effects of the other Kekkei Genkai that Naruto is under, or under the jutsu that Naruto's under. So Naruto's just raging out, and Sasuke teleports in front of him. But before Sasuke can do the genjutsu, Naruto swings, and Mei jumps in the way, and like her whole back, like her whole back, like she gets scratched really bad on her back, and Karin calls her an idiot, and Naruto like he looks and he sees like Mei, um, well after he does that, after he scratches Mei and Mei falls, and Karin pulls her away with the chakra chains, and she goes and she's starting to get healed, but she's like on her almost like she's literally almost on her deathbed. That's how bad it is. So she got a oh she had got a full like she got a full 4 scratch marks on her back. So yeah, and they're deep, like they're deep cut. So yeah. And Sasuke gets the genjutsu off, and as like they're like when Naruto like snaps back into it, Naruto's like, what's going on? And he looks and he sees like Mei got messed up like really badly. And Naruto's like, what happened? And nobody wanted to answer Naruto because they knew that Naruto wasn't gonna take it well. And then the Nine Tails is like, see what had happened was, and the Nine Tails explains it to Naruto, and Naruto didn't know how to react. The only thing that he could do was he thought was to go back to like the house and try to get like a couple of girls to try to find a way to heal her. So he gets back to the house using the power that he has, and like using the speed boost that he gets from using like the Naruto. And he goes back to his house. He gets the scroll. He comes back and he gives the scroll to them, and like the scroll basically what it did was it amplified Sakura and Karin's healing abilities to the point where there was like almost a Tsunade level. And basically they had healed her up until the point where she'll be able to like where she won't be losing blood, and it's not like really really bad. She's just gonna have like a scar and it's gonna hurt for a little while. So like as they're walking back to the Leaf Village, Naruto's like walking very like all the way behind them, and Sasuke, Kakashi's like, man, it's just one after the other with you two. And he's like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this. I'm finna go make my report. And he just poofs away. And Zabuza was like, don't leave. Zabuza was like, dude, don't leave me here. And he jumps off onto the tree. And Haku was like, guess we're left to deal with it as usual. And Sasuke was like, you left us to deal with it usually. You don't even deal with it most of the time. You just let it happen. And Haku was like, guilty as charged. And when they get back to the Leaf Village, Naruto, like, he starts walking. Like, they get back to the gate, and Naruto starts walking off. And Mei, like, they were walking back to the house, and Naruto took, like, a detour. Like, there was another way you can get behind the house without going through it. And that was the way that Naruto had took. And when he got back in the back room, let me just check, okay. When he had gotten in the back room, he had found a note from, I'm gonna say, he had found a note from the Hokage telling him at this period in time, like tomorrow at like 8:00 p.m. go to this place. And this is where I'm gonna be ending this part off. I hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did, drop a like. If y'all enjoy my if you enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. Anyway, this will be Shinobi, and I'll be seeing y'all in the next one. Peace out. You know, shit.